welcome back to another Monday market review. Gonna keep this under 10 minutes. Talk about my trades for the week, general outlook for the week ahead, and overall just market discussions and thoughts. So let's get into it. I'm gonna start off on BTC, discussing BTC and sort of like the range we're in at the moment. As of right now, we're pretty much in this higher time frame daily range between 106 to 92. We're between this daily higher time frame range, and then as of right now, we're sort of capped in this lower time frame range between 98 to 94. Something I am keeping an eye on here is the potential of forming a bottom down toward this 94 to 92k region. I think as of right now, there's a lot of people waiting for this sweep under 92. I think this is very crowded right now into 92. And we're selling off, it's a Monday and we're selling off into range low, right? I've seen this many times before following the New York Open, which was at 230. We see this sell off and then tend to be a Tuesday bounce, although we're already starting to bounce today, given we have a bunch of shorts piling into the lows here, which I will show later in the video. But yeah, looking at the daily, there's definitely potential for us to bottom around here with this sort of 3 drive into the low, depending how the day closes going into Tuesday. And also we have this momentum divergence as well forming on the daily and also on the 4 hour. We have a bit of a 4 hour div forming right now, although we didn't actually make a low. So there's potential for this 4 hour div to form depending on where we trade today if we continue to sell off a little bit. But BTC bottoms over the past few months or year or so, they take time. We usually see this sort of slow bleed into the lows and then we bounce off it. A good example is January bottom. We sort of had this like slow bleed down and then we eventually bounce to grind up. Overall, I think there's potential for a Tuesday bounce / Monday bounce today if we start to reclaim back above this range low region on the lower time frame, which I'll show you here on the 4 hour. If BTC starts to reclaim above here, above this 95k region, I would be inclined to take a long, since we had a bunch of shorts entering down into the low. We could look for a squeeze going into Tuesday back towards a 98 to 100k. So that's sort of my near-term plan for BTC. The higher time frame plan for BTC is a 100k flip. If we can get back above 100k, I'm pretty sure we break the range highs and maybe even look at breaking out. Although the idea of breaking out on BTC in the near term is a very low percent right now for me. I think the market needs some sort of boost or catalyst for us to actually break out of this range. You know, as we have seen multiple times in the past from BTC, all of our range breaks within the past sort of 1.5 to 2 years has been due to some sort of news catalyst or new news, we can call it, when we see something new that the market likes. This was sort of a leak or a fake tweet from the Cointelegraph that sent the market into a frenzy and we broke from that range. Again, here, this is when we first saw the true ETF bids start to step in, right? And then again here, this was when Trump got elected president, and then we broke from that summer range again. So, you know, we're looking again to see potentially what new news is it that's going to break us out from this range and leg us up again. So that's sort of the high time frame. I think until we get some big catalyst in the market and some news that participants haven't heard before, then we can really start to break up again. But for now, stuck in this range. I think if you do get a sweep under 92, you try and buy spot anywhere from 92 to 98. And I think 82 seems quite drastic from here, but I think this seems like a very nice spot. Although, as I said at the start of the video, this seems quite overcrowded. I wouldn't be surprised to see us bounce sort of into 100k before actually selling off. That would make the most sense, trapping into here before rolling over and then actually getting the sweep further down the line into March. So talking on the dollar next, enough on BTC. You've probably seen me talk about this multiple times now, but the fact that in 2017, 2020, and also now 2025, we're seeing a very similar price action from the dollar. If the dollar does manage to break back under 107 and get stuck below here, for now, this is quite a big support for the dollar, this 106 to 107 region. if the dollar can deviate here and lock in a trend back down towards that $100 region, I think this looks really positive for crypto markets. And whilst the dollar trends down, just like we've done in 2020 and 2017, we saw crypto markets go parabolic. So this can also be, one of those catalysts I just spoke about, giving us that range break on BTC. I think crypto markets and risk assets can respond really well to the likes of a deviation from the dollar. KAITO, this is an intraday position I'm looking at here, watching for a break and then some sort of momentum play using demand around a flip of probably this breaker. If we can start to flip here on KAITO, I think we can look at legging up back towards 215, which would be around about a 13% move. So that's an intraday position I'm looking at right now. Probably, as of right now, one of the strongest coins and on my watch list, bar another coin, the only green coin on the day. Vana, this is another coin that is probably worth watching as of right now. We just had news that CZ has joined the team. It broke from a long accumulation range, 21-day range down here. Potential that if we see a retest back towards this $7 region, then maybe we can look at legging up and taking out this gap higher. So set some alerts back down towards $7 to look for a reversal. I think with the news that CZ is now on the team, this could be very positive for Vana in the near term and could get some eyes on it this week especially. Sol, to me, this is looking pretty cooked. I want to discuss the Sol chart. I think maybe not near term, but at some point Sol can trade back under 120. I do think I'm seeing similarities between ETH and Sol. Similar to when ETH broke down back in January and everyone was pretty much looking to bid 2,800 to 2,700, myself included. And then where price actually bottomed is the fact that it overshot drastically. And I think there's potential for Sol to do something similar, right? Breaking from that support area, breaking down. A lot of people looking to fill into this 150 to 140 region, and then at some point it overshoots down to 120 to 100, which if we do get that area is going to be a really nice place to bid and likely a good steal for Sol spot for the rest of the year. If it can flip back above 500 or 440, let's say 440 area, good chance that it can leg back up to 600 to 700. I think this is a coin worth watching for this week. Has been very strong compared to the rest of the market, has been maintained to trend up off the lows compared to a lot of things where they have now revisited the wick from back at the start of February and end of Jan. Two coins I've got my eye on spot, maybe not this week, but in the near term. Link under 15. I think Link under 15 down to $13 seems like a nice place to look for a reversal. We'll try and time this in with a BTC bottom. Then Litecoin. 112 down to 100 looks like a good place for Litecoin. On the higher time frame, the weekly chart is looking solid, holding above this weekly / monthly level. I think if Litecoin can continue to hold above $100, big psychological number, big level, then there's a good chance that once it breaks from this range, it can leg up to 230 to 200. So quickly to summarize what we just discussed, I do think there's a chance of a BTC bottom this week. Nice daily momentum forming here. Monday dump into Tuesday bottoms is a very common occurrence for BTC. So if we get the reclaim back above range low on BTC, back above 95, like I said, there's a lot of shorts piling into the lows down here under this range low. If we do reclaim, I think there's a good chance of squeezing back towards 98 to 100 Tuesday for the rest of the week and seeing some stronger coins like I've mentioned leg up again. That'll pretty much do it for today's Monday market review. Thank you for watching, and all my socials are linked below. Hopefully see you guys next week. Bye bye.